Today's lesson is called Scenic Road Trips Around the World. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
I am Roger, and again we're going to be traveling the world. And now is a good time because the travel restrictions are going to be lifted pretty soon, and everybody's going to be anxious to hit the road and head out there and see the world. And we've been focusing specifically on road trips. Of course, there are different ways to travel, but again, we're focusing on actual road trips where you go someplace and you probably rent a car or maybe even a motorcycle, and you hit the highway and you just check out the scenery. Maybe you stop here and there when you find a cozy little diner or something like that, or some place that has a scenic overlook or something like that. But basically, again, you're driving and checking out the scenery.
There you go. You drive, you hit the road, you have a great time in a place like Italy or Norway, and sign me up for that Amalfi Coast drive. Wow, does that sound beautiful to me? I would definitely love to rent a convertible and drive down the Amalfi Coast Road. Yeah, I like the sound of that road. The next road, though, I can't say I do like the name of this next road so much. You see, after the break, we're going to be talking about a road called the Death Road.
Ooh.
Yeah, that doesn't sound super relaxing, but still, it probably has some charm to it, and we'll learn all about that right after this.
Death Road, Bolivia. As its name suggests, Bolivia's Death Road is not for the faint of heart. This narrow mountain road, which is little more than a dirt path carved into the mountainside, has the reputation of being one of the world's most dangerous routes owing to its hairpin turns and sheer 600-meter drops. Many have met their fate on this road, but despite its dangers, the route continues to attract thousands of thrill-seeking tourists every year. Besides adventure, the road also offers incredible views of the Bolivian highlands.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 hairpin， 这个字是形容词，指道路 U 字形的。例如 Please be careful when driving on the hairpin road at night. 夜间行驶 U 字形道路，请务必小心。
Okay, so in the first part of today's lesson, we're going to South America, to the landlocked country of Bolivia, and it's high in the Andes Mountains there, so of course you can expect to see some spectacular scenery there in Bolivia. But hey, a lot of people go there for the road trip on the Death Road. And as its name suggests, Bolivia's Death Road is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, that name there kind of puts me off to going to there. If you want to go for a drive someplace, you'd like to live, you know, to tell the experience. You're not going there to die. Most of us would rather come back home in one piece.
Yep, you can associate me with those statements. I totally agree with what Roger just said there. The Death Road. If I asked my family, hey, how about we hit the Death Road this summer? I'm pretty sure they'd all say, no, are you nuts? That sounds crazy. Anyways, let's go ahead and learn about this particular road. Death Road, Bolivia. As its name suggests, Bolivia's Death Road is not for the faint of heart. So, if you're afraid of heights, if you're easily scared by things, you're faint of heart, and the Death Road is not going to be for you. Now, this narrow mountain road, which is little more than a dirt path, i.e. it's not really a road. Roads are paved with, concrete or with asphalt or something like that. But the Death Road is little more than a dirt path carved into the mountainside. And it has the reputation of being the world's, or one of the world's, most dangerous routes, owing to its hairpin turns and sheer 600-meter drops. By the way, a hairpin turn, that means you might turn on this mountain 360 degrees or 180 degrees or more.
Yeah, there are lots of hairpin turns, of course, here in Taiwan, especially in the central mountain range. I think if you want to go to Sito, you're going to have to go up some winding roads which have a lot of hairpin turns. So indeed, this road in Bolivia has a lot of hairpin turns, and it has a reputation of being one of the world's most dangerous routes owing to those hairpin turns. So if you have a reputation, that means you're known for that thing. You might have a good reputation, or you might have a bad reputation. Hey, don't hang out with Charlie. He's got a bad reputation. He hangs out with some really shady characters.
Yep, and this road apparently also has a bad reputation, like Charlie. When people take this road, they're in danger. They die. Bad things happen. So people commonly believe that this road is super dangerous. And that's where this moniker or this name, that's where it comes from. The death road. You are risking death if you take this particular road. Now, many, it says here, have met their fate on this road. By the way, if you meet your fate, that means you die. Many have met their fate on this road, but despite its dangers, the route continues to attract thousands of thrill-seeking tourists every year, all of whom apparently have a death wish.
Could be, or they've seen a lot of things in their life and not a lot of things excite them anymore, so they're kind of taking it to the next level. Maybe they've already done bungee jumping or cliff diving and stuff like that. They want to go someplace and get their adrenaline flowing, so yeah, they might want to check out a place like this because it is very dangerous there, and it's dangerous because it's got those sheer drops. They're very, very steep there. If you fall off the edge of the road, you're going to be falling for a long distance there, and you might die indeed. So lots of thrill seekers go there every year. And besides adventure, the road also offers incredible views of the Bolivian highlands. And of course, highlands refer to parts of the world that are simply high in the mountains, and they offer wonderful scenery. When I see the word highland or highlands, I often think of Scotland. That seems to be the most common reference. We have the Scottish Highlands, where you can go there and see these guys dressed in kilts playing the bagpipes.
Don't focus on the bagpipes or the highlands there. They're just areas that are at high altitude or elevation. You could be talking about mountains, hills, country with a lot of hills in it. You could be talking about a plateau even. You're just talking about an elevated portion of land, usually of some size there. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a break, and next we'll be talking about Austria.
Großglockner High Alpine Road, Austria. This mountain pass allows travelers to take a leisurely drive up into the magnificent Alps. Located in the middle of Hightower National Park, the route winds through green mountain pastures home to rare animals such as the ibex. With a bit of luck, you'll also catch a glimpse of griffon vultures or golden eagles circling the nearby peaks. The road's most popular sightseeing spot is the Kaiser Franz Joseph's Hohe viewpoint, which gives visitors a sweeping view of Pisterze Glacier and the Großglockner, Austria's highest mountain.
第二部分我们看到形容词 alpine 指阿尔卑斯山的，像是 My family is planning to go to one of the famous alpine ski resorts next year. 我家计划明年去阿尔卑斯山其中一个著名的滑雪胜地。另外，除了上面的意思，这个字的字首非大写时可指高山的或是高山生长的。举例来说 Olivia enjoyed the beautiful alpine scenery through her hotel window. Olivia 透过饭店的窗户欣赏高山美景。再来，我们看到单字 pasture， 这个字是名词，指牧场或是牧草地。例如 The cows and horses grazed in the nearby pastures. 牛群和马群吃附近牧场的草。再补充一个包含 pasture 的相关片语 find greener pastures with， 表示在点点点找到一片新天地。我们可以说 Reba tried to find greener pastures with her new job. Reba 试着在新工作中找到一片新天地。接下来我们看到名词 sightseeing， 指观光或是游览。例如 Logan signed up for a bus tour to do some sightseeing across London. Logan 报名参加巴士旅游，在伦敦各地观光。或是 My favorite holiday activities are sightseeing and trying new foods. 我最喜欢的假日活动是观光和品尝新食物。最后，我们看到单字 sweeping， 这个字是形容词，指全面的或是广阔的，像是The new CEO made some sweeping changes to company policy. 新任执行长对公司政策做了一些大规模的改变。或是 The photographer took a picture of the beautiful sweeping plains. 摄影师为那片美丽且幅员广阔的平原拍了一张照片。另外，这个字去掉字尾 ing， 就成了动词 sweep， 有以下几种用法。第一，指扫视或是掠过。例如Peter's eyes swept the room to find his other shoe. Peter 的双眼扫视房间，寻找他的另一只鞋子。第二，指扫去或是打扫。举例来说 We had to sweep away the leaves before we sat on the bench. 我们坐上长椅前必须先扫掉叶子。第三，是指横扫或是席卷。我们可以说 This popular trend is sweeping the internet. 这股风行潮流横扫网路。或是 Flood waters swept through town after the river overflowed. 由于那条河泛滥，洪水席卷镇上。
Nowadays, Austria is a pretty cool country. Vienna's there, and lots of tourists go there and have a great time and listen to classical music and stuff like that. But you can also go for road trips in Austria, and today we're going to go to something called the Grossglockner High Alpine Road. Okay, so hopefully I did not butcher the German language when I tried to pronounce that place name there.
I think you did just fine there. Now, it says here that it's a high alpine road. Okay, when I think of alpine, I think of the Alps. There's a mountain range there in Central Europe and stuff like that called the Alps. And I believe when you get to a certain elevation there, you can say something is alpine. Or if a set of mountains is a part of the Alps, you can say that they are alpine in nature. So there you go, this high road in Austria. You are going to be driving through the Alps at a high elevation. How cool is that? Now, this mountain pass allows travelers to take a leisurely drive up into the magnificent Alps. So there you go, you've got the Alps again. It's an alpine road and you're going to be driving through the Alps. By the way, a leisurely drive. That means I'm not rushing. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't have a destination in mind. I'm just doing things leisurely. So yes, if you take a leisurely stroll, you've got plenty of time and you're just relaxing and taking in the sights. You're taking that walk to relax. You're not under pressure of any kind. And here, yes, you can do this in a car. You can take a leisurely drive up into the magnificent Alps.
Yep, they are the Alps mountain range, but they are magnificent. They're spectacular. They're wonderful. They're cool. They're out of sight. They're out of this world. That's what magnificent means. Look at the word magnificent, and you kind of can see the word magnify, which means it makes things bigger when you look at them. So if something's magnificent, they just look really big, and they're really amazing, and you'll go, wow, that is so cool. So indeed, this particular drive is located in the middle of Hightower National Park, and that route winds through green mountain pastures, home to rare animals such as the ibex. Okay, that's a kind of mountain goat. I kind of like goats. They're pretty cool. They eat lots of things. But in any case here, if you're driving in Austria, hey, maybe you can rent a really fancy German car, like a Benz or a BMW or something like that, and you can take a leisurely drive. And you can look at those green mountain pastures. A pasture, of course, is an open field with lots of grass, and there, of course, will be lots of cattle there, or animals, and that will be quite a sight to see as well.
Interesting. Now, with a bit of luck, you'll also catch a glimpse of griffin vultures or golden eagles circling the nearby peaks. So it sounds like Austria is filled to the rafters with beautiful, beautiful wildlife and also many, many scenic views or places where you can take a picture like that, and that picture is going to look like a postcard even. Anyways, if you catch a glimpse of something, that means you see that thing briefly, just for a little while. When I catch a glimpse of someone, usually I don't get a detailed view of them, let's say, but I recognize them. I am able to recognize them even though I might not get a detailed view of their nose or their eyes or anything like that. That's what a glimpse is, a small or quick view of something.
Yeah, last summer I was in Elon and I think I caught a glimpse of a UFO. I saw something strange in the sky, but it disappeared rather quickly. So yeah, I caught a glimpse of a UFO. I think so. Or maybe it was a weather balloon. Who knows? But in any case there, if you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of some of the great wildlife there. These ibex goats, griffon vultures, and golden eagles. You might get some great pictures as well. And the road's most popular sightseeing spot is the Kaiser Franz Joseph Hoa viewpoint. Now, a viewpoint, of course, is a place that you can stop and see a long distance over a mountain valley or up onto mountains and things like that. And like Austria, of course, in Taiwan, we've got some great viewpoints as well. Along the roads, you can stop and park and go check out the scenery, take some pictures and things like that. So this is a place, of course, that you want to stop at, this viewpoint. And it will give you a sweeping view of Pasterza Glacier. And not only that, but you'll get a sweeping view of the Grossglockner, which is Austria's highest mountain. Okay, so yeah, like right here in Taiwan, you've got Yushan, which is Taiwan's highest mountain. Well, in Austria, you could see the highest mountain there, which is called Grossglockner. And so, yes, you can see these things if you stop at that viewpoint, but it will not only give you a view, but it will give you a sweeping view. Sweeping means like 180 degrees or a panoramic view, just a view all around, and you'll see these wonderful things, and you'll be so thankful that you're alive to see it.
Yeah, I see people today with their smartphones or iPhones, whatever, they have a panoramic mode on their smartphone. So if they do want to take a picture, a single picture of a sweeping view, they can kind of move their camera along the line of sight, and they can record that in a single panoramic or sweeping image.
Wow.
Also, this word viewpoint, when I first got to Taiwan, my wife's father took me up to the mountains, and it was awful. There was jungle everywhere. I couldn't see anything. He's like, don't worry, it's going to get better. Then, after almost being bitten by a snake, we finally got there, and I saw my first honest-to-goodness waterfall and the rest of that scene that was below us. It was quite a viewpoint. It's a place where I could take it all in. It made the entire trip worthwhile.
Yeah, there are lots of viewpoints, of course, here in Taiwan to check out some spectacular, magnificent, wonderful scenery. And in this case, we're in Austria. So, yeah, if you stop at that viewpoint, you can have sweeping views of that glacier and that really tall mountain. Okay, that brings us to the end of our trip to Austria. Let's wrap things up now in the final paragraph.
When it comes to road trips, the journey is every bit as important as the destination. When you next travel by car, be sure to admire the scenery and enjoy the drive.
Everyone, when it comes to road trips, the journey is every bit as important as the destination. Yeah, they say this all the time. What's more important than the finish line is the race. Well, the same thing goes here. The journey is as important as the destination. Sometimes getting there is more fun than actually being there.
Exactly. That is a phrase in English, isn't there? Getting there is half the fun. Getting to a place is actually quite a lot of fun. When you're there, it's kind of like, well, we're here, and now what are we supposed to do? So, yeah, if you're on your trip, that can be fun too. So that, of course, is the attraction to road trips. So, yes, indeed, the journey is every bit as important as the destination. And when you next travel by car, be sure to admire the scenery and enjoy the drive. And drive carefully and make sure you have the proper driver's license when you do that. Usually an international driver's license is fine. You can easily get one at some government office here in Taiwan. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分介绍了死亡公路，那这条狭窄的山路只不过是一条铺在山腰的泥土路，那它因为有好几个发夹弯啊，还有600公尺的陡坡，而成了世界数一数二的危险路线。好，文中它用到 little more than a dirt path 来表达只不过是一条泥土路，那么 little more than 就是表达仅仅只是怎么样，只不过是怎么样怎么样，它的意思就跟 no more than 或是 nothing more than 或者是 only 意思很相近，常常是用来修饰名词。举例来说， The cake is made with little more than eggs, flour, butter, and sugar. 这个蛋糕的原料就只是鸡蛋啊、面粉、奶油和糖。好，那我们再造一个例句，像你可以说 He had little more than a few dollars in his pocket. 他口袋里只不过只有几块钱而已。好，那么顺便补充几个跟 more than 相关的用法哦。好，第一个我们来学more than just 点点点。好，这是表达说不只是怎么样怎么样，像 They are more than just friends 就是说他们不只是朋友。那英文还有一个用语叫做 more than just a pretty face 是用来表达某人不只是长得好看而已，他还有其他的优点。好，那第二个补充的是 not more than，这是用来表达最多、至多怎么样怎么样，相当于 at most。那这个用法是用客观角度去表达数量的多寡。例如 It's not more than 200 meters from the hotel to the beach. 从那间饭店到海边，最多至多200公尺。那么第三个补充的用法是 more than a little。字面意思是比一点还要多，可是它其实意思是说很多、非常的意思，像是 She was more than a little surprised， 不是说她比一点点还多的惊讶，而是她非常惊讶的意思哦。好，再我们接着读到课文最后一句，他说 When you next travel by car, be sure to admire the scenery and enjoy the drive. 好，这边我们是要学习 be sure to 加原形动词的用法。第一种呢，就是课文用法，它是用祈使句的方式表达 be sure to 加原形动词，就是说一定要做某事。那这个句型常常用来提醒别人务必要做某事。举例来说 be sure to turn off the lights when you leave. 离开时务必要关灯哦。好，那么第二种用法，我们可以用某人或某事物 be sure to 加上原形动词来表达某人一定会做某事，某事一定会发生。举例来说 The actress is sure to win the award. 那位女演员一定会得奖的。Climbing the mountain is sure to be a memorable experience. 爬那座山一定会是个很难忘的经验的。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Reputation. Lance has the reputation of being the most diligent worker in the office. Highland. Sandy moved away from the city and built a cottage in the highlands. Leisurely. Harry took a leisurely stroll along the beach to the lighthouse. Magnificent. If you follow this path for 2 hours, you'll come across a magnificent waterfall. Pasture. The farmer moved his animals from the barn to the pasture. Glimpse. Ben caught a glimpse of Dorothy before she disappeared into the crowd. Sightseeing. We did a lot of sightseeing on our vacation to Tokyo. Viewpoint. Robert drove to the viewpoint to watch the sunset.
Discussion Starter starts now!
All right, folks, it's now time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger. Which of the road trips mentioned in the article appeals to you the most and why?
Well, of course, like you, I think the one in Italy there sounds the best because I've heard rave reviews about Italy. Almost no one who goes to Italy comes back and says they had a terrible trip. Most people just love the place. And of course, there are lots of ways to experience Italy. But yeah, a road trip sounds wonderful. And they even drive on the right side of the road in Italy. So I'll be used to that. Although some people say that Italian drivers are pretty crazy. Hopefully I won't get in an accident. How about you?
Well, I kind of let the cat out of the bag earlier on there. Yes, the Amalfi Coast Road appeals to me the most, and you too apparently. I would love to go ahead and rent one of those convertible cars and rip down the coast with the wind on my hair and the sunshine on my shoulders. It sounds like a real dream. Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you guys enjoyed reading and learning along with us. I am Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.